Should you pay commission to people when they sell your artwork? Should you get rid of your hard-earned cash to someone else when you can actually just sell it yourself? This is what I want to talk about in today's episode. So this question came in via one of our hub members. Our hub is a place where we teach people how to make a living. We've got a roadmap. It's a place full of resources and ongoing support. And one of the questions came in this week from a member who has their artwork in a cafe. And the cafe have come back to the artist. There's only, I think, a week left of them exhibiting, and said, can we reduce the prices of all your artwork because we feel that the artwork is too expensive? Plus, they're taking a 20% commission. And the question came in, and this is the stuff we help with inside the hub. It's as an artist, you'll get questions, you don't know how to handle it. And that's where the hub is amazing, because people come in and support each other, and you can bring these questions in a safe space, and we can help and advise people. And this question came in, and it was a really, really interesting question. So I want to talk about the commission side today, but I also want to chat as well about the answer that we gave in case it helps anyone else. And that is that we advise not to do that. The advice that I gave back to our member was that that cafe in particular will have a price range. And it sounds like they've never had artwork at that price before, and they've realized that they can't sell it. The other reason might be that they just are not very good at selling. So cafes, they might be good at selling, their drinks and their food. But when it comes to art, maybe they just have never sold art before because there isn't art to selling. And so they're the two main reasons. Maybe they don't know enough about the artwork and how to create that desire, and maybe they just don't have the customer. So first of all, I saw the response, and it's lovely from people, because people get protective of our members, and people are like, how rude that they should ask you to reduce your prices. And I totally understand that response, because it does feel like a bit of a stab. Like, do you realize? And so the advice I actually gave back was to just see it from their point of view for a moment. And they're probably not experienced, and they probably don't realize the implications of you having to slash all your pricing. And so it's a case of going back and saying, actually, I can't just slash all my prices, because if I slash all my prices here, I have to slash all my prices everywhere else. Can't just do it just for you. And then that means I'm giving myself a pay cut. That is effectively what people are asking. Will you give yourself a pay cut? That is what people are asking when they ask you to reduce your prices. And so we ended up coming up with a solution, and just saying to this member to just go back and just explain that if I reduce my pricing now, I'm giving myself a pay cut. Why would I do that, especially in today's climate? And so there are other things you can do instead, which is making smaller pieces, putting prints in there if that's not what they can afford, but sticking to your pricing. And so that then led on to the whole commission thing, and people getting into a debate about whether they should be taking even a 20% commission. Like, why should they take a 20% commission? And that's where I wanted to do an episode today to talk about this, because I believe there is a place for paying people commission. And I am pro paying commission to people. I also do believe, though, before I go into this pro commission thing, that I do believe, though, that 100% you can sell your own artwork, and you can own all the revenue, all the money that you make, if that's what you're good at and if that's what you like to do. So first and foremost is you don't need anyone, actually. You can do this yourself, and you can pocket all the money, which is great if you can do that. But there is another side of working as an artist, and that is you can do both. You can sell yourself and pocket all the cash, or you can use other people, work with other people, not use them, work with. And so by that, we have access to galleries, we have access to cafes, like we've just been talking about with one of our members. There might be an opportunity to put your artwork into a retail store that sells clothing that complements your artwork. We've even had members recently selling their art in a butcher's. So there are opportunities to work with people in this way. And we've seen artwork in all types of places, in offices, in hospitals and all sorts of places. So you can put your work in these places and just put the work in there. And if it sells, it sells. They don't get anything. And that is one way of working. But here's the thing when we do that. One, we might get exposure. Well, we will get exposure. So people will see the artwork, which is great. But if we don't give that person, company, wherever it is, any incentive to sell it, why should they sell it? And this is where I don't mind giving commission to people. Because if you're putting your artwork, let's say, into a shop, and that person is giving up their wall space for you, or plinth space if it's 3-dimensional, they're giving up that space for you when they could have something of their own in there. And yes, you might be doing them a favor, you might be brightening up their space, and so it might be a win-win because they actually maybe need your artwork. But when then it comes to selling it, when you give people a commission, it incentivizes them to sell. It gives them a reason. They're going to get something back from it. So as much as we like to think that everyone just loves our work and they just want to sell it for us, it's not realistic. You know, I have sold things for people in the past, not sold, but promoted. So books, for example. So you've probably heard me talk about people's books. I love a book. I've happily promoted my friend Sarah Griffiths and Leon Taylor's book, Leon's Magic Mantra. I wasn't getting paid for that. I genuinely love it. Another book from a friend of mine, Steve, I've spoken about. I did that genuinely because I like it. But then I'm not going to carry on trying to sell it because I just don't have time. So as soon as you then incentivize someone and offer them a piece of the pie, a commission, all of a sudden they're invested. They're invested then because they're going to get something back from it. They're going to get paid for it. So it's in their interest to sell your artwork. If they're not getting anything, it's not in their interest to sell it. So I share this because a lot of people get blocked. A lot of people get blocked and think that if I can put my work into this space and I haven't got to pay anything and I don't have to pay any commission, this is great. But actually, it probably isn't great because no one's selling it. So yeah, you might get seen, but nobody's incentivized to actually sell it for you, which is where the commission can be really helpful to motivate people. So now in this shop, say the person is getting 20%, then all of a sudden now I'm going to try and sell this because I could actually sell this and I don't even have to make another one to replace it. I'm just going to ask you to replace it for me. So it can work really well for people to incentivize them, because at the end of the day, if they are putting the effort into speaking to people about your artwork, they are giving up a space. So when we think about what these people are doing, they rent a space, they are paying their rent, and they pay for the wall space and they pay for all the space inside the unit of whatever they're renting. And they're giving you that space. And then to sell it, they need to have a conversation with the people that walk through the door. They need to talk and say, hey, have you seen this artist? Yeah, we've just started to put this person in. There's usually a lot of work that has gone in to selling your artwork. They don't just pick it up and go, here you go, I'll just take this. Very rarely. That does sometimes happen. But usually they're having to do something to sell it. So this is why I believe it's worth giving someone the commission. You have to make sure, of course, that that works for both of you, because like with the cafe, what happened there was the pricing needed to reflect the commission. This is the price of the artwork, but the cafe is struggling to sell it. They need something a bit cheaper. In that situation, you provide something smaller or something like a print that is cheaper, and you don't slash your prices of the artwork if that's what you priced it at and you're confident with that pricing. And so that cafe who's getting 20%, they should know all about your why, and they should know about you as an artist. And so when people walk through the door, they can talk about you and say how the artwork was made. That's all the kind of stuff that you want to really collaborate with the person who you are featuring with. Make sure they know who you are, they know your process, because that's what sells artwork. So if they're doing their job properly, it's 20% that they're taking, or sometimes 50%, but they have got that sale from you. They have taken away the hassle of having to put it somewhere. They are also people who have access to people coming through the door. So in a sense, you're paying them for marketing. You know, you'd have had to have paid for that anyway in some way through either time or money. So this is where I'm trying to reframe this for people, because I see people blocked around, this is my money, and why should you get 20%, and why should you take a commission? And it can sometimes block people then into just doing free things, free. If you can build it into your pricing so it fits both of you, it can be a really great thing, especially if they have access to your buyers. Say, you know, you've got 20 pieces of artwork. You've got to sell these 20 pieces of artwork yourself now. So you need a certain number of people coming in or through social media to sell these 20 pieces. Give 5 of them away to somebody else, and then you don't have to worry about those then. And then they're going to sell them. Now, all of a sudden, you don't need as many people through the door or on your social media to buy the current pieces. So this is where it can be really beneficial, especially if you're not great at selling yourself, or you don't have, you know, the volumes of people that you need to sell. So it can be a really, really great way, especially if these people have access to your people. And this is where 50% comes in. So a good gallery who is producing marketing material to promote you, bringing loads of people in through the door, you know, if they're doing a very, very good job and raising your profile and sharing about you and selling it. So Sharon, for example, will put her work into a gallery, and yes, she's giving them 50%, but they sell 80-90% of her work, and she doesn't have to do anything. She just makes it and gives it to them. And then that money comes in. And the great thing is, over time, the prices have inflated so much that, you know, she's earning a lot from that. So I share this because, you know, it's not always a bad thing. It does depend on the people. You know, sometimes there are people, which is where commission is actually safe, because there are people out there that just want to shove your work out there. And if they sell it, if a customer walks by, then yay, they get 20%, and they're not really going to do anything. But it's not actually hurting you, because they only get the money if they sell it. So I just want to plant that seed of reframing the commission thing. You can see it as a really amazing opportunity, and don't see it as you're losing out. You're actually gaining. If they sell tons of your work, you are going to make more money in the long run if you add it up. So you're not losing, you're going to make more. So just bear that in mind. And that being said, of course, you don't have to. You can, you know, avoid it completely. There's no right or wrong in this, but I just wanted to share this because I do see this blocking people. And sometimes if you can find, it doesn't have to be a gallery, if you can find a collaboration, like a shop who sells clothing or something, or, you know, not even that, like a charity, or you can really think out the box. It doesn't have to be an art related company. If you team up with someone and say, hey, how about if you want to sell my artwork, I'll give you a commission, they might just go, yeah, and they might just churn out and start to sell for you. It just takes away all the hassle. So sometimes teaming up with other people can be a really good way of like growing your profile and getting sales in pretty quickly without you having to do much. So bear that in mind the next time you feel that resentment about, oh, they're taking money and I don't want to. No, just bear all that in mind. I hope that helps some of you. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you in the next episode. Take care. Bye-bye.